So we've mentioned this on like the first 3 episodes we've done. It's the fact that the owners don't share their information publicly is the biggest problem to this whole thing. Like, how can you have a fair negotiation um, when information isn't public? Like, think of a job interview. If you're negotiating your salary, you go in, you should know like the industry average. If you can get your hands on what other people in that same company are making, you should know that information before you get into that interview. But obviously, it's a bit different in this scenario. The players don't know if the owners are lying, and it just creates a lot of mayhem, I guess would be the best word.
Yeah. Yeah, you also have to remember that you're asking the highest paid players to take a pay cut here in a season that's more intrusive and requires a higher sacrifice than the other seasons they've ever had before. Like they may have to move away from their family, live only in one place, live within the bubble, go through the testing. They're getting like Mike Trout's going to get 6 million, and he's not going to have access to all the same therapy that he normally would. He's going to take a pay cut to have a higher risk of injury. There's just so many things that are wrong, in my opinion, with the way that they've implemented the step system.
Like the players are going to have to sacrifice it. The very least, the owners should be transparent in their information, but they're not going to be transparent because they're all lying. Like
Yeah,
if
how can you complain when you're not even going to show that you have a reason to complain? Like, just show us that you need help, or like show us your numbers. Then
so they're saying that they have cash flow issues, and I do believe that. I do believe that their cash flow is low, will be lower than in previous years. That's what every business is dealing with right now. That's why you see a while back when people were advocating for uh, people to go buy gift cards for your favorite restaurants and stuff because
yeah, that's right.
they have cash flow issues. So I have no doubt that these owners have cash flow, or I won't even say issues because we don't know that their cash flow is lower now than it was in previous years.
It's just like a natural business risk. Like all businesses make those decisions, and you're not going to be able to forecast 3 or 5 years out. So if something like this pandemic hits, it's like, sorry, like it happened. We like what are we going to do now?
For me, I think a good, I don't know, I don't even know if this plan makes sense, but I think 82 games is good. And I think the salary scale is interesting, not in the way it's done now, but say you can defer some payments. So like use that scale and say, Mike Trout, you'll get your money, but some of it will be deferred. So say a certain percentage over like the 20 million, so like 17 million, a certain percentage of that will get deferred. And like
Yeah,
each pay, so the younger players just who are making league minimum, none of that's deferred. But as you slowly go up the pay scale, there's a slightly bigger percentage each time that gets deferred to whatever, 5 years, 10 years. So that ensures that it helps prevent the supposed cash flow issues from the owners, and it ensures that they will get their money that they signed for. That's kind of what I was thinking as a potential plan. I know it still kind of divides the players in a sense, but the big name players will still get their money in that scenario. So that's kind of what I was thinking, but I don't know if the owners would
yeah,
buy that.
yeah. I think, like in my opinion, that's actually a great idea.
Oh, thank you.
Just even to no, I didn't say that. I just take that back. That's just a lucky idea that you came up with to add on to the existing plan, because then it kind of takes away the problem of like, okay, you can argue over, do you want to play 80 games, do you want to play 100 games, do you want to play 90 games, like, okay, whatever, that's not as big of a deal. You play into December, you play into late November, you'll figure it out. But this way, if you defer the salaries. In a way, it's doing what the owners already like to do, just take on more debt so that they can worry about it later on down the road. Like, in my opinion, it's just feeding them their favorite dish. Okay, move on. I need something to lighten the mood after that.
All right,
Otherwise, I'm
so
going to let a P word slip.
this is a poem that is going to help lighten the mood a bit. It was published on December 14th, 2011. I think it was even published in the school newsletter, not a big deal or anything. But it's called Play at the Plate. Some people watch the runner, rounding third base, eyes on the coach's windmill arm, sending him home. Some people watch the ball bounce off the wall, the right fielder twisting as he slings the ball home. All watch the play at the plate as the catcher sucks the ball in, ready for the crash. The pain. You're safe.